Welcome to the final video in the traffic section of this course. In this video we're going to be looking at Google Adwords, which is a very powerful mechanism for getting almost unlimited amounts of traffic to your website once you have a campaign that works well. Before we start, I just want to go over one very crucial distinction. We have here some Google results for buy property London cash. This might be something that somebody comes to Google and searches for if they are looking to buy a cash buyer property. Now at the top we have property bought fast, for cash, guaranteed, and 100% of fees paid. Can you see just below the main title there is a small green square and it says ad. This is paid for. This is what we call AdWords, Google AdWords. Google AdWords is just the name for Google's advertising platform. So it stands for advertising words, nothing too fancy there. And then below that we have London cash buyers only on Trovit. We have flat cash buyers only, 331 apartments for sale in London, etc., etc. These are the free or organic results on Google. Nobody has paid for these results. They're not an advert. They're just Google serving what Google thinks is the best content for this particular search query. What we're going to be focusing on in this particular video is the paid for AdWords. This is different to what we call SEO, search engine optimization, which is what we use to get to the top of Google organic or the free listings. AdWords is a lot quicker, it's a lot more direct, and when you have a working campaign, it's a very good return on investment. Getting to the top of the free listings on Google is obviously fantastic because you're not paying for each click, you're not paying for each visitor who comes to your website, but it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and it takes generally more money because you need to create content and put it on your blog. Very useful infographics, useful blog articles, useful resources, the kind of thing that people actually want, very valuable content. This is a valid strategy. But it's not what we're going to cover here because it takes too long and it's quite an advanced topic. So we're going to be looking instead at Google AdWords. So why is AdWords useful for us? It gives us huge, almost unlimited expansion of volume once we find the right adverts and the right targeting to send those adverts to. This is an incredibly detailed subject. Experts can make 500 or £1,000 an hour consulting on AdWords because of the massive ROI. Once you get a Google AdWords campaign that works, you can basically run it pretty much forever, and you'll be continuing to make a profit as long as the amount you pay to get a conversion is less than the amount that conversion is worth to you. So it's a very, very valuable asset once you have it up and running. What I'm going to be doing today is helping you get a basic account set up and giving you what I know to be the best basic campaign to start getting results. It's not going to be the most optimal or the best because that's something you're going to have to come to over time based on your area and based on your particular business focus within that area. But I'm going to give you a general campaign that's going to work and it's going to bring you in the results you need to be able to build on. Also, we're going to be focusing on finding sellers and not buyers using Google AdWords. We can actually use it both ways, but it's more powerful for finding sellers than it is for finding buyers. And I'll get to why that is in the next slide. Oh, no, actually here. So the reason for this is Google is where people go when they have a problem. So if I'm on Facebook and I'm looking for content or I'm served content, it tends to be because of my interests. It's based on my profile, what I like and what I don't like. I'm served certain type of content based on interest. Whereas on Google, people spend their time on Google looking for the answers to questions. So generally people on Google have a problem and they're looking for an answer. This could be something very simple like I don't know how to make a Caesar salad sauce, so I would go on to Google and I would look for a recipe. Google is the place you would do this, not on Facebook, not on social media. Or this could be a very large problem, like I have a house, I'm insolvent and I can't sell the house in order to clear my debt. So how can I find a fast cash buyer? Again, I would go to Google with this particular problem. This makes Google very powerful for getting in front of sellers. We're going to jump in and set up AdWords now, and there's actually an extremely useful guide on Google where they will walk you through step by step how to set it up. I'm going to leave this link below the video. Sometimes it changes, so what you can also do is just Google AdWords or Google AdWords, that's a bit of a mouthful, and you'll be taken to a setup screen, and they've made it as easy as possible to get going. So this is the actual URL for AdWords. It's adwords.google.com, and just click start now and they'll walk you through the process. The only things you will need are a Gmail account, and you can create one for yourself. It doesn't matter which, it doesn't need to be connected to your business, it can be any Gmail account, and you're going to need a credit card or some form of payment to get the account activated. Now I need to introduce the concept of keywords. A keyword is a particular word or a phrase that describes the content of a web page. So if we have a look at this example, this is actually a web page called webuyhouses.com, which is a very good example of basically a sourcing website in America. And the keywords that are bringing people to this website are Las Vegas buy house, how to buy a house in Las Vegas, and buy a house in Miami. This is because this particular site is focused on Las Vegas and Miami, which were two areas that were particularly badly hit by the housing crisis. So there are a lot of very cheap properties in that area. So those particular search terms led to, you can see these listings. So we buy houses Las Vegas, any house, any condition. We buy houses Las Vegas is the same, and we'll buy your house fast, any house, any condition. So these are three headlines that were used to attract people who were typing in words like Las Vegas buy house. So in this particular case, Las Vegas buy house is a key phrase, and that key phrase via the advert has brought people to this We Buy Houses website. Now, finding keywords and key phrases on Google is an art in itself, but what we're going to do is, we're basically going to steal them from our competitors. So we're going to borrow best practices. That's a nicer way to put it. We are going to find people in our area who are doing property sourcing, and we're going to find out what adverts they're using, and then we're going to find out what keywords they are targeting. So anyone who's still running an AdWords campaign in your area or nationwide is most likely spending money on their campaign, and because their campaign is still active, it means that they are making money on that particular AdWords campaign, and therefore it's a very good bet for us to borrow their keywords and to adapt from there, because we can actually leapfrog and save thousands and thousands of pounds in testing to find the best keywords. So I'm going to show you how we do that in the next few slides. So the next few steps are going to give you a massive advantage and allow you to catch up and then go beyond the current competitors in the market. So first up, how do you know who your competitors are? Simplest way is to go into Google and start with generic terms. So things like sell house fast, London, or cash sell house, Birmingham, or sell my house fast, Doncaster. We would just put the name of our location with these kind of generic terms into Google. These are going to give you a starting point, but we're going to use these to find more in the next step. For right now, I just want you to copy down the top websites that appear in your location for these kind of very general search terms. We're going to take that list of websites you've just found and go to one or all of these websites. So we have iSpionage, we have SEMrush, and we have SpyFu. All of them do basically the same thing. They are competitor research tools. You can use one, or you can use all of them, or some combination. The more you do, the better, but that's up to you. And what we're going to do is use this to find more competitors in this particular area, and we're going to use it to find out what all of these websites are targeting in terms of keywords. So taking our initial list of competitors, we're going to plug it in, and what's going to happen I think this is from SpyFu, you'll be able to scroll down and see the top organic competitors and the top paid competitors. So this is for plugging in webuyhouses.com, and suddenly we're given a list of additional competitors that we can look into. So we have homevestors.com, housecashnow.com, highestcashoffer.com, webuyuglyhouses.com, that's quite a famous one, and ibuyhomes.com. We're just going to note down all of these as well. You can just put them in a Word doc or just on a piece of paper. And then the paid competitors are dfwhomebuyers.com, fasthomeoffers.com, fastsaleflorida.com. Remember that this is a Miami-based company. And again, what's this? Oh, slightly different. dfwhouseforcash.com and fastandeasyhomebuyers.com. So we're just going to write these out. All we're doing is expanding the competitors. It's also useful to go and visit these sites, see what they're doing, and see if there's any text or copy that you like the look of. Maybe this is stuff you could adapt and rewrite for your own site, but that's up to you. So right now you just want a list of these competitors. In the next step, we're going to grab the keywords from our main competitors. So we've got all of our URLs, we've got all of our domain names written down. We've expanded them using SEMrush and SpyFu, and then we're just going to plug all of those domains back into the same tools, and you will be able to see things like this. This is the top AdWords by recommendation. So I think this was again for webuyhouses.com, and we're given the top AdWords by recommendations, which include buy our house quickly for cash in Dallas, buy Dallas vacant home quick cash, buy our vacant home quick with cash in, and that's probably Dallas again, buy our vacant home with cash quick in blah blah blah, and that's fast buy in Dallas vacant homes for cash. So this is giving us very good ideas for AdWords, even if it doesn't have your exact location. So in this case, we've plugged in a Miami-based website, and it's been given us Dallas, and that's because what this website's probably doing is advertising in multiple locations. So they're probably running adverts for Dallas, for Las Vegas, for Miami, for example. But even if the location is different, we can still copy down these phrases. So buy our house quickly for cash in is the phrase, and then we would change it to our location. So buy our house quickly for cash in London becomes our new key phrase. And again, we're just going to copy and paste down all of these different permutations into a document, a Word document, and we're going to be using these later. Again, we can use the same tools to also get potential ad copy. So we're just going to plug in the URLs and domains, and you can see here a few examples of adverts that are currently working for those companies. This is best practices again, because this gives us the headline. The headline is the blue text that's underlined. We buy houses Seattle, any house, any condition. So we would just change the location. So this could become we buy houses in London, any house, any condition. And we know that because webuyhomes.com is already running adverts and they're successful with this headline, we know this headline is a good starting point for us. So that saves us a lot of time and a lot of money. We also want to copy down the text in black below. So we pay quick cash for houses, no repairs needed, we pay all closing costs. this is the body text of the advert, and it's also going to be useful later. So again, copy and paste as many of these as you can into a document. This is all research at this point, and the more you have, the better. So if you're using the free versions of SEMrush and SpyFu and iEspionage, you will be able to get some basic results, but you can actually use a paid account, which give you a huge amount of info. At this point, you probably don't need it because we're just setting up a basic account, a basic campaign. But if you do want a bit more security, that you're getting the best adverts and the best headlines, then definitely you could go ahead and upgrade to the paid version. Or, again, Fiverr comes to the rescue. You can check Fiverr for services. So you would go onto Fiverr and search SpyFu or SEMrush, and then you'll find people who already own a premium account and they're willing to run a report for you, a one-off report, and you'll probably pay them $5 and they'll send you a PDF with all of the results in it. So this is a way to do this very cost effectively. But again, even if you do this with the free reports, with the free version, you're still going to have a lot more competitive intelligence than anyone else starting in this area. So I definitely recommend starting with this competitive analysis first.